All right. Hey, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Becky Fenstermaker. I am a Ruby executive with It Works Global. Welcome to our team training. So there's Susan. Hi. So we are going to get started with this week's training. So there's going to be 3 topics that we're going to go over tonight. And the 3 things we're going to go over, I feel, are the most important. We do have 2 new distributors on the call with us tonight, Kayla and Jay. You guys want to wave? Hey. All right, so they are our newest additions to this team. I got to think of a name for this team because you guys are on my team, and I'm not sure what I'm going to nickname us yet, but I'm going to come up with something. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was, and Jay and Kayla, I know that you guys haven't, you guys are just fresh, like what, 1 day, 2 days? So you haven't had a lot of time yet to get into all of our documents and things yet. So this might sound like gibberish to you, but it will make sense, I promise. So we're gonna go over first our hundreds list. Does everybody have a hundreds list started at least? If you do, raise your hand. Does everybody have a hundreds list? Okay. For those that don't know what that is, this is what your hundreds list is. Okay. So up here at the top, you can see where it says name, phone number, and email. All right. So this is actually in your eSuite up top in the Documents tab. This is a document that is up there, as well as a memory jogger. So the memory jogger just helps you come up with names. So what the hundreds list is, the whole potential or the whole purpose of the hundreds list is so that you can write down any potentials. So how do you come up with people to reach out to? That's usually the number one question when you first sign on as a distributor. Well, how am I going to come up with all these people, to come on as distributors or to come on as loyal customers? Well, that's where your hundreds list is going to come in handy. So you're going to go on your Facebook page. You're going to go on your Instagram. If you have Snapchat, I don't do that because I'm not quite sure how the heck to do it, but you're going to go on there and you're going to write every person down. Okay? So you're going to fill your hundreds list out. You want to get as many names on there as you can. We're not asking for you to get 100 names in the first day, but you want to try to add 5 to 10 people to your hundreds list every single day. And the reason for that is you need to be reaching out to 5 to 10 people every day. So if you're reaching out, like here's one of my hundreds lists. Okay, so I'm going to reach out, and I have little check marks here next to each of the ones that I've reached out to and how many times I've reached out to them. You want to fill in their name. You want to put in, how did you reach out to them? Did you email them? Did you private message them? Did you text them? The best place to start adding all your friends and family. Even if you don't think that they would be interested in the products, think about, the number one rule I can give you here is to be thoughtful. So if you know someone that's been struggling with their weight, or if you know someone that struggles with energy, maybe they work long hours, things like that, then automatically you should be thinking, okay, well, there's some products I know of ours that could really help them. So you're going to definitely put them on here, and then maybe off to the side, you can put, you would like to, maybe you can suggest energy to them. You can, suggest the greens to them, things like that. So every day you want to add to your hundreds list. Again, 5 to 10 people every day. And the reason you do that is because you want to reach out to 5 to 10 people. So you don't want to reach out to the same 5 to 10 people every single day. You want to continually keep track of those, and you want to continually reach out to them. But you also want to reach out to more people every day, new people. And then if you're getting stuck and you're not sure where to come up with people's names, maybe, you're someone that doesn't have 2,000 friends on Facebook. That's okay. Don't let that scare you, because there's lots of ways that we can come up with names. And back to our memory jogger here, this is also available in your eSuite up in the Documents tab. So it just gives you lists of ideas of where you can find people to add to your hundreds list. Who can you reach out to that could be a potential for you, whether it be a distributor or a loyal customer? So there's names on here like your optometrist, the dry cleaner, the dance studio, your accountant, your mechanic, maybe the person you bought your car from, neighbors, friends, the receptionist at the doctor's office, the mailman, all your relatives, your friends, your kids' friends as parents. You know, you really just want to think about all the different people that you've had contact with. And that might seem like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of people, but it gives you a great start. See, I have, gosh, I don't even know. This is just the top half of it. So I've got several hundreds lists here. So I've got over, I think, well, here's another one. I think I've got over about 600 on my hundreds list now. So I just go through, and when I'm not hearing back from people, I leave them alone for about a week, okay? And then you reach out to new people every day. You want to set up goals for yourself, okay? The hundreds list is so important because it helps you keep track of who you are contacting. And until that person that you reach out to, every single one of them, until they tell you no, not ever, you still reach out to them, because that just means they're saying no, not now. It doesn't mean no, not ever, okay? So make sure you work on your hundreds list. Next week when we have our team training again on Wednesday night, I want to see you guys show me that you've got at least the first 2 pages of your hundreds list filled. Okay, so that means you need to have at least 50 people on your hundreds list. You should be able to get more than that, okay? Another thing is that goes along with the hundreds list is we all need to be making a plan, a game plan. Basically what that means is you need to sit down, if it's on a Sunday night, you know, or a Monday night, Saturday, whatever. Pick one day a week that you sit down and you make up your game plan for the whole week. Okay, how many people are you going to reach out to? How many people are you going to blitz? How many people would you like to meet in person? These are all things that you need to plan for. How many times are you going to post on social media? How many times are you going to talk to your friends and family? Are you talking about the products? Are you using the products? You know, because we all need to be a product of the product so that people can see we're not just here to sell products. We're here to help people. And that truly is what it's all about. You know, we're here to help other people. So, Angela, I was going to ask you, unmute you here. What advice would you give to our distributors here? What advice would you give to them as to how to reach out to people where they don't feel, especially for the newbies, what would be a good way for them to reach out to people where they don't feel like they're stuck, or they don't know what to say, or they don't feel like they're being gimmicky?
Okay. First of all, with that hundreds list, don't skip anybody, because when I first went through all the friends on my Facebook, and there was people that I'm like, I was kind of afraid to reach out to them. And then actually I went back and I went through my Facebook and I wrote those names down. Those people now are the ones that are interested. So you just never know what somebody might need help with or what they're struggling with, or so don't skip anybody, and be personable about it. Don't just I kind of made the mistake of just kind of throwing it out there to everybody and just saying, hey, I've started this new business, blah, 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 and I rambled on. So just kind of chat with them and just tell them that you started something new, and see if they'd be interested in it, and see how they're doing, and just kind of keep up with them. Like I said, don't skip anybody, because I did that, and it's funny because now those people that I skipped are the ones that are interested.
And that's a great point, because we do tend to get scared. We're worried. I think we all did it when we first started. That's probably a worry that Kayla and Jay might be having a little bit of doubt there. You're worried what other people are going to think. Don't do that. Don't worry about what other people are going to think or say, because the people that truly care about you and that are going to support you in this business are going to support you regardless of what you're doing. You know? So don't be afraid to reach out to, all the people that you know. And like Angela said, don't skip over anybody, because you never know who those people are going to, somebody that you might think, oh my gosh, no, I think they make pretty good money. They don't need this. You never know. They might really need it. Maybe they're miserable in their, corporate job. I don't know about you guys, but, I love kids and I babysit kids for a living, but holy crap on a cracker, I am done. I can't do it anymore. So I'm pushing, and I'm pushing hard. And, that's something that I hope you guys realize that, you know, I'm sure you've heard it before, but you get out what you put in. So if you're willing to be coachable and you're willing to allow, you know, John and Liz and Angela and myself, you know, just coach you guys, you know, where you need the help. You know, if you're getting stuck on script ideas, it's okay. Reach out to us. We've got tons. You know, even though Angela and I haven't been in the business quite as long as John and Liz have, but, you know, we've had quite a few experiences already. You know, we're moving, you know, we're building our businesses. We're growing. I think we're growing a lot as a team, you know, so we've got a lot of things going for us. And, you know, if there's ever any question of what do you have to do for, you know, how are you going to get customers to sign? How are you going to get, what? Put it down. Sorry, my daughter just came in. What are you going to do for, you know, how are you going to get people to sign? What am I going to say? So the best thing I can say is just reach out, you know, utilize your upline. You know, that's what we're here for. That we still do, you know. Angela and I talk back and forth, you know, every day. We're always in communication with each other. You know, we talk about each one of you. You know, if there's questions, you know, there's still things that we don't know. So we're reaching out to our upline and asking those questions. So, you know, that's one thing here with One Team, One Mission. You really need to embody that because we're here to help each other. We're here to help each other build. You know, we can't promote and we can't build our business unless we're bringing you up through the ranks with us. So as far as your game plan goes, sit down and make a list. Make a list and say, okay, every day this week, I'm going to blitz one person every day. I think that's pretty doable because pretty much almost all of us leave our house at least once a day, except me. Sometimes I don't always leave the house every day, but I can blitz the crap out of my babysitting parents. You know, that doesn't bother me none. Find somewhere, you know, one of my favorite things to do is to, like if I go through a drive-thru at Starbucks, I think I've blitzed every Starbucks barista in like a 5-mile radius of my house. You know, just ask them if they give you great customer service, just tell them, you have really great customer service skills. You know, are you happy doing what you're doing? You know, I would love to have you on my team. So those are things that you can, you know, say to people when you're out and about. You know, always have your blitz cards with you. As far as it goes for anything else in your game plan, you know, add to your hundreds list every day. Try to add 5 to 10 people to your hundreds list every single day. Aim to blitz at least one person every day. Set a goal for yourself. How many people are you going to reach out to on Facebook? Whether it be through Messenger or, you know, making a post on their wall. Like Angela was saying, let's be thoughtful. You know, we really need to be thoughtful and we need to be personable with our posts. So if you see that someone's been having a really hard time, you know, maybe they had a dog die recently, or maybe they just lost their job. You know, honestly, when I see posts like that, it's like, okay, how can I help that person? And it may not be with It Works products, you know, but there's always some way that we can at least be out there and be, you know, a light in their time of darkness. You know what I mean? So try to reach out and start building those relationships. You know, something that one of our upline leaders had said to me one time, and I've heard it said by many other leaders, is it's a scenario where, you know how farmers, they have to plant the seeds in their crops for their crops to grow. They plant them in the spring. Well, they don't have, like, say they plant corn. They're not going to be able to harvest that corn overnight, right? It's going to take a lot of nurturing. You know, they have to take care of the soil. They have to water the seeds. You know, they have to spray pesticides or whatever to keep the bugs away from eating their crops. And then they're able to, months down the road, they're able to harvest those crops through the summer and into the fall. So planting seeds is really, really important. That works the same way here with this business. You know, you need to start building relationships with people. You know, start liking and commenting on people's posts. You know, really start getting involved. Show them that you care, you know. Angela, did you want to add anything to that? You can you unmute your, there you go.
Yep, I got it. Nope, you covered, I jotted some things down before when we talked about what we were going to go over, and I jotted things down, and it's like you hit them all. You hit every single one of them. So that was perfect.
Okay, well, would you like to then touch upon plugging in and what that means?
Sure, absolutely. Plugging in. So exactly what you guys are doing. I feel that it's really important to do that. I know sometimes it seems like there's a lot, especially with Kayla and Jay just getting on. It's like, whoa, what? There's all these meetings. You're hitting the beginning of the month. So we always have Liz and John's team meeting at the beginning of the month. And then we're trying to help everybody get their feet in the game. And if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. We're just trying to get everybody's communication there and together, and to know that there is help. And if you want anything, need any help at anything, we're all here. And to show any one of us that is on here, you can't get a hold of me, get a hold of Becky, any one of us will help you with that. So getting plugged into that. They also have family calls on Sunday nights as well. And I'll go over some of that with Jay and Kayla. But they have those calls too. Sometimes I can't make them all. Sometimes I just put my phone on speaker and I'm busy doing dishes or cleaning the house, as long as I'm just listening. So getting plugged into that, and I think it helps. It helps motivate us. It helps see, each other working towards each other's goals.
And what would you say you take away from the fact that you plug in a lot? I mean, granted, we're not all going to be able to attend every single Zoom, every single, corporate call, family call, team call. We're not always going to be able to hop on to all of those. But what would you say when you do plug in? What would you say what do you benefit the most from that? Like, what do you take away from it when you know that you're plugging in? Are you seeing a difference in your business and how things are going?
I do. The stuff that you go over, sometimes I missed it in the beginning or on a different Zoom. So there's always new things. Always new things. And I will say that because, Becky, I want you to, there was something I forgot on one of the Zooms. Even Liz, she's been in it for 4 years, and there's so many things, new things out there. Becky the other day just told us about a new app, and Liz was like, what was that? And she's writing it down. She's been in it for 4 years. You would think that this woman knows everything. You don't know everything. Everybody has different ideas. Everybody has different things that they've found work for them. So what works for Becky might not work for me, but it might work for Kayla or Michelle or Susie. So that I kind of find the mix there, or maybe Becky's idea, I just tweak it a little bit. That's all those ideas out there just help you decide how you want to run your business and get going with that. And the encouragement is awesome.
Exactly. I totally agree. Because, there's things, I just got back from the It Works U in Michigan, and I actually went to Mankato, I think that was like a month and a half ago, for a One Team, One Mission. And do you know that the same things are said almost at all of the It Works events? And you're going to find that too, that sometimes you might feel like, well, you know what? I didn't hear anything different on this call than what I've already heard in the past. And the difference there is that it's coming from someone different. And, God might have something specifically, maybe not meant specifically for you, but it might be something that he made sure that you were on this Zoom because he knew that you needed to take what you learned on this Zoom tonight and take it and feed it into someone else because they needed to hear that. There's a lot of information, like I said, that gets repeated, but sometimes, I can hear the same thing over and over and over again, but it might take 10 times before it really clicks, like, oh my gosh, why have I not been doing that? I know I've heard that before, but it just might take a while for it to click. So, it's always best to definitely stay plugged in. And, when you're on Team Enter, get on there, help respond to some questions. Once you get a little bit more familiar with the products and what our products do, and you start using the products, you'll have a better understanding of what they do, what they can help with, things like that. And you'll start learning the prices and the BV on things, the further on you go. But get plugged into Team Enter. When we're posting in the new distributor thread, that's for you guys. That's not for all of Team Enter. That is just for me and Angela's distributors. So that is a specific thread, a messenger thread just for you guys. So that is a perfect place. So if you have any questions, if you're getting stuck with a potential customer, potential distributor, Or if you just honestly don't know something, it's not something that a customer has asked, but maybe you ordered the wraps for the first time and you've never wrapped and you don't know what to do. Don't be afraid to reach out to us and ask, for help, because that's what we're here for. We are here to help each other grow together. One saying that you'll hear a lot is we are better together, and it really is true. So as far as it goes for team calls and stuff, if you guys have pen and paper ready, I can also post this in the thread. Here are a list of the weekly conference calls for It Works. So on, let's see, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern is the corporate call. On Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern is the Show Me the Money call. And then we always have our, there's a tribe call, and I believe that's right before, that's at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So those are just the weekly calls. And like I said, Angela touched upon it earlier. You guys want to make sure that you're plugging in, because plugging in is so big. It just goes to show you that, when you're plugging in, you're going to be more successful, because you're going to get more ideas from people. Some things are going to start to click. You might hear something for the second or third time again, but it's finally going to register with you and be like, oh, that's what I need to do. When we post things on Team Enter, when we post things in the new distributor thread, comments, we can see that you saw it. So don't try fooling us and thinking that, oh, you didn't comment and say, yeah, I'm going to be on that Zoom, because, that's the wonderful world of technology that we have, that Facebook lets us see who saw that message. So, don't be afraid. Nobody's going to judge. That thread is just for the few of us. But, communicate. Use that thread to communicate back and forth with each other, bounce ideas off each other. One thing I was going to touch upon tonight, too, was because Kayla had actually posted a question in Team Enter. And because of Facebook's algorithm, we can't put itworks.com. So, hi, Liz. So you want to go to productcoach.itworks.com. So if any of you didn't know about that already, that is actually a really, really great website. It's a great product tool for us to use. So you can go in there and you can ask questions. And in fact, really quick, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys and show you what the product coach looks like. So just bear with me here for a second. All right, so let's go to, why is it not letting me? There we go. Okay, so this is our product coach. Okay, so it's productcoach.itworks.com. And then this is what will pop up, and you'll see here, and I put this question in here because this was what Kayla had actually posted in Team Enter. So I just wanted to show you guys that this is where you can go to get some help. So you can literally pull up Defining Gel. Click on that and it will tell you, here's all the questions. What's Defining Gel? What are the benefits of using it? How often can I use it? Do I use the Defining Gel at the same time as I use the applicator? You might think that these are dumb questions, but people are going to ask them, or you just may not know. So it gives you lots of different questions. It's kind of like what do they call that? A fact page, the FAQ page or whatever. So this, you can literally, here, I just did an exfoliating peel earlier. So this tells you, what it does. Will it help with acne scars, things like that. So this is a great tool to use. So if you ever have any questions about a product, I'm not saying don't go to your Team Enter. I'm not saying don't post questions in there, but sometimes you're not going to get an immediate response. So if you've got a customer, say a potential customer or distributor awaiting your answer, or you have them on the phone or whatever the case might be, it's a great place to start to look for that information. Because there's not, most of the time your questions are going to get answered pretty quickly, but there's sometimes where, I've seen posts where somebody had posted something, a couple days ago and nobody even liked it or commented on it. So always utilize the resources you have. And also in the product catalog, it gives you a nice little rundown too, just a quick synopsis basically of what each of the products do. So have a product catalog handy at all times so that you can, if you're not sure, especially for you newbies, if you're not sure what the products do, grab one of your product catalogs and you can literally just read right from there and you can tell them, you know, just a quick little overview of what it does. So Angela, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Nope, that's perfect. That product coach one, I actually just found out about that one myself within this last week and downloaded it on my phone. And I haven't had a chance to really play around with it or look into it. So I'm glad that you brought that up.
Is there anything else that you have found that really helps you as far as, you know, if you're on the go and you have a question, you want to kind of talk about what you do if you are stuck and you're not able to get on, say you're driving and you're not able to hop on one of the websites or the apps? What's something that you do?
Ooh, I can call Becky or Liz or anybody that I have their phone number. Yeah, I have your guys' phone numbers, so I call them. So that is, to have some of your upline phone numbers and just do a quick call is perfect for me.
Awesome.
But also with that team mentor thing, you know, sometimes if I'm not sure if that question has been asked yet or not, I'll either go into Tribe or go into Team Enter, and up in that search column, I'll just type in the question that I have, or just, you know, just a couple sections of it, not the actual question, like what is this? I'll just type in low blood sugar or high blood sugar or, you know, smoking or something like that will, and usually if there's any questions or anything or anybody has posted about that, they'll pop up. Sometimes nothing's popped up. I know when Kayla and Jay were first looking into this, she had a great question about if you can use the wraps with a site, and nobody had asked that question before. So I put that on there and got the answer.
That's a great tip. See, that's why I love having you as my partner in crime, because we always compliment each other, and what one doesn't know, the other does. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
So Miss Liz, did you have anything? We've kind of gone over the hundreds list and we went over the game plan. I don't have the game plan printed out, but I think that you do. I'm not sure.
You mean like this game plan? You mean like this one?
Yes.
Yeah, I have not had a chance to scan it. We've been crazy busy today, and I was just, I'm late. I apologize. I was on a call with a potential little customer. And we were talking, and I didn't want to end the call. It was such a good conversation. So I'm like, okay. And I just messaged Becky and said, I'm going to be late getting on. But yeah, we're going to scan it in, and then we'll put it on the files of Team Enter, but it's just very good. It's like very intentional, specific questions that you can like print out a bunch of them or laminate them and just write it every week or whatever, every day. It'll even say like, what your goals are for this month, what rank, what income level you want to make. It'll say goals for this week. How many are you going to blitz? Where, who, wrap, where, how many, distributor signups, and then it gives some space to write, well, customer signups. So, I mean, it'll say who are you going to work with. So like if you're, don't have any distributors yet, or if you do have distributors, that's going to be your plugged in people, you know, you're going to have, it has 10 spaces, and that was for triple diamonds and above. So obviously we're working with more than say you're at when you're just a distributor or just getting started or just an executive. I shouldn't say just, like you're an executive, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Or you're almost an executive, or you're almost a Ruby, or you're almost a Emerald. It talks about the third. So making sure that when you're working your business, you're keeping those third, which means a third is, you know, working with your team if you have team. And if you have loyal customers, those are people to be working with. So a third can be working with them, just asking how they're doing, following up with them. It gives exact game plan for that. Even gives you a pre-game sheet to give to your people if you have leaders, team. And a third is leading your team. Did I say already leading your team? I said a third with your team, you're spending time, a third of your yourself, making sure you're taking care of your own business, meaning step success, filling out your own, leading from the front. And then a third is personal development. You know, what books are you reading to keep growing your mindset? And I love the latest one I'm reading. It's not in here, but it's a How to Win Friends. It's a Dale Carnegie book. How to Win Friends and Influence Them, I think is what it's called. It's rocking our world. John's actually like reading clips to me. It's funny. And I love this one, John Maxwell, the Maxwell Daily Reader. These are just very short clippets daily. Has a date and everything for them. So a daily something to read that would take you 2 minutes. So this is a really good one. I have a million of them. I got loads of shelves of personal development books.
Thank you.
I don't know. What else did you want me to talk about?
Really quickly, I thought because since we have some newbies, some really new newbies, and then some that have only been in for a week or two, I wanted to kind of go over the steps to success and the importance of us filling out our steps to success every single month. So, and you're so good at that, I thought that if you wouldn't mind, you could go over the steps to success for us.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, does everybody know where to find their steps to success? Their sheet? Does everybody know where it is? I mean, yeah, Becky's showing you the Party Pad presentation, but like for you, Kayla and Jay, hey guys, welcome aboard. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Exciting. I love it that you're a couple working it too. That like just totally makes my heart go boom. I love it when couples. It's probably because we're a couple working it, so I get really like passionate about two people working it together. I think you're better together. So anyways, you can go to your document library. You can print off the steps to success. Make sure that you print it off for the correct country that you live in. Spanish you cannot read that, you know, so make sure it's the right language. And then every single month you print it off, and your goal is to gather, you've already joined the party, so boom, you can check that off. You did that. You set up your ADBV auto shipment, I'm assuming. So you have your auto ship set, and it'll run within 30 days of joining. And that makes sure that you're commission qualified, and make sure that you're becoming a product of your product. That's important, very, very important. And then step number 2, so Kayla and Jay, that's your homework assignment, is gathering 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. So that's the whole reaching out with some of those scripts that we talked about and asking people to become product testers for you. And, you know, if you know specific people have ailments, like if you know your mom has headaches all the time, well, then you can specifically say to her, hey, Mom, would you be a product tester for greens for me for 3 months? Because in essence, that is the loyal customer program, the 3 months. I mean, obviously we want them to continue on past 3 months, but that is the agreement if they want to get the free membership. So 4 loyal customers, and then they get this awesome little wrap reward every time you gather 2 loyal customers. So Kayla and Jay, as soon as you get your 2, boom, you're going to get a wrap reward. I think you guys have 2, don't you already? Yes, I think you already have 2. So you already have a wrap reward, which is a box of wraps or a box of facials for $25 plus tax, so $26.72. No shipping on those puppies. So flip those around, sell them for $25 a piece, make back, you know, $75 on the $25 you put in. So your goal then, Kayla and Jay, is to get your last 2 for your first month, and don't stop there, obviously. Don't stop at 4. But as soon as you get 4, you get 120 in a free shopping spree. So you get to go in, and they, your upline, Angela, can show you how to redeem that and do your little shopping spree. If you need income, I was one that said, all right, I'm getting 2 boxes of wraps because I wanted $200 back in selling each of those wraps for $25. That was my goal. And then, you want me to talk about step 3 too?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. Step number 3 then, for all of you guys, all of you, like Michelle, you're in this too. You guys all have the chance to go Ruby. Becky just went Ruby. Angela's on her way to going Ruby. Woo-hoo. And I'd like to see all y'all go Ruby for sure, very quickly. By month end would be flipping awesome. So that is 3 people. And we call this your top line. So if this is you, the red head, then you can have 3, you know, invite 3 people to come to your business. whether that's best friends, family, coworkers, old high school classmates that you are connecting with, whatever that might look like Becky and I. Hey, hey. And then of those 3, then one of those goes executive, and they would bring 2 people on to their team as distributors. Once you do that whole structure in your first 2 calendar months, then you get a $500, and I forget, Michelle, is she 1,000? Because when she joined, you're 1,000. You have a $1,000 bonus because it was double at that time. Jay and Kayla, you have a $500 bonus that you can grab. So that's really awesome as well. And then typically, rubies make anywhere from $500 to $600 per month. So that is our goal every single month. We print off a brand new fresh one, or like Becky likes to laminate hers and just use a dry erase marker and just start over every month, with your goal being 4 new loyal customers and 3 new distributors. But we don't always get that filled out, but we do our best. It's our roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So does anybody have any questions? Is there anything that you guys are struggling with, or any questions that you might have? Oh, hi, Axel. Oh.
Yeah, and what are some things that are going on? I'd love to hear what some good things that are going on. Let's celebrate some awesome sauce that is going on. Michelle or Kayla or Susan?
You guys can take my video and put me back on. Sorry, I was adding my site back on.
This is a rated G show.
Sorry, I wasn't getting naked. I was putting my site back on because when I did my wrap, I took it off because the tape was peeling. So I was like, I'll just put a new one on so that it didn't affect it.
That's okay. I just wanted to stop the video for privacy, and since we're recording, so.
No, but good news. I talked to a few coworkers today about our products. One of them already does the wraps, and I'm going to get her some wraps. I talked to an old high school friend, and I'm going to get her started on some wraps probably soon here. So that's good news.
Good.
Awesome.
Very good news.
Yeah, do they know that the best way to do it is a loyal customer program, Kayla?
Yep. She wants me to make sure to get that. She wants me to get together with her and like show her everything and like talk to her about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Cool.
I figured the next time I'm in the city is I will go talk to my old high school friend and my coworker. I'll talk to her the next time I work with her within the next couple days or something.
That's great. Let her even try the greens. Like have them try greens in their water with wrapping. If they're wrapping on site, or just have her sample some of the stuff. And I always tell people, if you're gonna wrap, if you really want really awesome results, you're gonna definitely want to get greens too. So I try to upsell as much as I can. Obviously, if they can't for budget reasons, totally understand that. But I always want to let them know, like greens and wraps go really well together.
As far as anything else, we need to record.
Susan, how are you doing?
Way to go, Kayla.
What?
Way to go.
Thank you.
Susie.
I'm drinking water.
Hey, Susie.
Hi.
So
There's our girl.
I'm busy. I've got my whole family here, and I'm trying to multitask right now. Always.
There you go. That's what we need.
So how are you doing?
Oh, just super. I'm holding my iPhone like as close to my face as possible right now. So that's always fun.
You're beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. How are things going as far as your business, Susie?
It has been stale, to be honest. I've had a couple of people that have been interested, and then they're not. They are, and then they're not. I've got a very good friend of mine. She's actually having 2 parties for me in May. Sorry. Yeah, we're having 2. She's having one facial party for people, teacher friends of hers, and then she's having another wrap party later in the month, and I keep trying to tell her to just join my team. And she called me today actually, and the school district is putting her on part-time, so she actually might. So we'll see.
Wow.
You could use
You
this.
guys have a lot going on at that school district, because were you in Peoria?
Yes.
And that's where you're done now, right?
Yep.
So as of like already you're full-time home?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It happens that quick.
So would you prefer like some Zooms during the day to kind of work your business?
That would be awesome, actually, because like tonight I had to block myself because I had children popping in the screen and seeing, what is mommy doing? So
Right.
I'm like trying to force their faces out and get them to watch hockey and taekwondo stuff while I'm doing this. Yeah.
So
been
maybe
fun.
during the day you're more available. to
Yeah,
work your business.
absolutely. Yep.
Well, I'd be cool with that. I love daytime. That's better for me than I don't like all the evening stuff all the time. So I prefer if you want to chat during the day and have a power hour together. Like you
Absolutely.
can work
Yeah.
my business.
That would be great. Yep.
Awesome. That's awesome. Let's plan to do that. If tomorrow's kind of a busy day, but what does your Friday look like?
Yeah, tomorrow's a